Hello and welcome. This is a sequence recorded by the lake. It's a rough and ready cut, warts and all version of the sequence I'm currently teaching. It's a nice laddered sequence, quite easy to follow. So jump on your mat, get ready to go. We're going to start by lying on our backs with feet flat on the floor, knees pointing up in the air, and we're going to go straight into movement. Let's windscreen wipe those knees right to left in a slow motion. Try and get as much movement as you can, side to side. Liberating the lower back and warming yourself up. Shut down your eyes. Just concentrate on the movement. And then start to begin to focus on your breath. Breathing deeply in. And then sighing the air slowly out. And then slowly getting into a state where the breath is controlling the movement. So each time you inhale, each time you exhale, that has some focus on how you're moving your body. Okay, just flop out your arms to the side as you try to extend further and further to each side, trying to get the knee to touch the floor if you can. But don't worry if you can't. This sequence we're about to do is heavily breath dependent, so really try and get a focus in on that breath work. And whilst you're there, just relax in and start to take in the sounds of the birds singing. And then from here we're going to come into stillness. We've still got our feet flat on the floor, knees pointing up. We're going to scrunch our knees in towards our chest, wrap our hands around and give ourselves a big squeeze, pushing that lower back into the floor. And giving it a little rock to side to massage it. From there we open our knees, hands inside the knees, and we pull knees down towards armpits, opening up the groin. And try to maintain a focus on the breath. Breathing deeply in, exhaling out, maintaining a focus on that breath. Now take your hands to the back of your thighs, just below your knees, and rock and roll backwards and forwards up to sitting. All the way back down. You can do this 4 or 5 times, and on your last roll we're going to meet at the top in boat. Okay, don't have to be too exertive here, it's quite early on in the sequence, so still hold on to your thighs if you're more comfortable doing that. Keep breathing. Okay, and then we're going to take an easy seat. Try to sit tall on your sit bones. As you inhale, try and grow tall. And then we're going to rotate to the right. Inhaling to get high. And then exhaling, we twist out using our hands as levers. Each time we inhale, try and get a nice tall spine. Each time we exhale, we'll see if there's a bit more rotation for us. Coming back to center, just quickly reset yourself, check that you're nice and tall. And the same sequence to the other side. So inhaling to get high, and on the exhale, we're going to rotate and twist. Concentrate on that exhale, trying to get more rotation through your upper body. Come back to center, have a quick reset. And then we're going to take the hands forward, arching out our back, just stretching out our lower back. Okay, I'm taking the opportunity here to grab on the edge of that rail on the decking. Make sure you keep breathing through. Then come back to upright, a moment to reset. And then we'll take the hands behind, going to point the fingers backwards, squeeze the shoulder blades together and open up the chest. Take this opportunity to relax down your eyes. Okay, and then we're going to come back to center and then come up onto a tabletop position. So shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, and then we're going to take some free movement through the hips. So you can circle out, go backwards and forwards, you can rock that pelvis backwards and forwards. Trying to get some heat into that lower spine, to warm it up, to loosen it up, and to get it ready for what's about to come. Okay, and then when you're ready, you can take your weight a little bit forward, so over your wrists, circling out over your wrists. Equally, we're trying to warm them up, get them ready for the action that's going to come, because we know there's going to be some down dogs here, so we know there's going to be a lot of weight on our wrists. Okay, and then find some stillness for a second, and we're going to reset briefly before we come into sequence, sitting on our heels. Just taking a moment to reflect and concentrate and focus the mind. From here then, I'd like you to take down dog, so hands to the front of the mat, feet to the back, hips go high in the air, and you can walk that dog out. Straightening one leg, bending the other, and trying to give no attention to where your heels are. Don't obsess about getting your heels on the floor, just try and create a nice long line from your hands up to your hips. Okay, and then we're going to find some stillness, bend our knees, look to the front of the mat, step into forward fold, take a halfway lift, forward fold out, take the hands to the sky, and we're going to end in mountain pose, finishing with a little shoulder shrug up and then back and down. Remember here, squeeze your thighs together to engage your core to make yourself feel strong. Okay, and then with the breath, so as we inhale, we take the hands to the sky. On the exhale, forward fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. On the inhale, we're going to step back for our high plank. So first time, drop your knees, lower your chest to the floor and take a little back bend. Lower yourself all the way to the floor and stay there. From here, we take our hands wide, point our elbows at the sky, and we're going to pulse out here, up and down, just opening up the chest. Okay, and then from here we're going to come to some stillness, and we're going to open up that left shoulder, so left arm long, left cheek to the floor, and then take your right knee off the floor and try and flow over to the left hand side of your body, so you're opening up that left shoulder. Come back to center, have a reset, this time right arm long, right cheek to the floor, and take your left leg up and over past your right leg to twist out and open up the left hand side of your body and your right shoulder. Come back to center, reset yourself, bring those hands underneath, and then any which way you like, come back up into downward facing dog. When you're there, have a little walk out on that dog again. If you want to stay still, it's completely up to you. Okay, finding stillness as we inhale, we bend our knees, look to the front of the mat. Exhale to step to forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, hands go to the sky. Exhale, down by your side. Finishing with that shoulder shrug up as you inhale. And exhale, back and down. Squeeze those thighs. Hold here, really engage that core. Okay, if you're happy here, close your eyes down and check your balance. So again, inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale to fold. Inhale, we take that halfway lift. Exhale to fold. On the inhale, then stepping back into that high plank. Exhale, lower down, knees down, chest down. This time we're going to take cobra. As you exhale, roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Okay, walk that dog if you need that movement in your back of your legs again. Okay, find some stillness, and then we're going to bend our knees, looks forward to the front of the mat, step forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to the sky. And the exhale, we'll take our mountain pose. And remember that little shrug up, and then back and down. Squeeze those thighs. Really start to engage your core. Every time you're in this mountain pose, think about engaging that core. Okay, and we go again. One more vinyasa here. So inhaling the hands to the sky. Exhale for a fold. Inhale, you take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. On your inhale, stepping back for that high plank. This time, knees off as you exhale down. Roll over upward facing dog, roll over, downward facing dog. Okay, walk out if you need to. So each time we take a vinyasa, whatever choice you want to take, knees down, chest down, or knees up, chest off the floor, it's up to you. Okay, stillness, bend your knees, look forward, then step to the front of the mat, take a halfway lift, take a forward fold, hands to the sky, then hands down by your side, mountain, and that little shrug. Engage your core. From here, we're going to move into a standing sequence, a laddered sequence. So firstly then, take your hands into Kali Mudra. Okay, and take that Kali Mudra fingers up to the sky. Then we're going to banana bend to the right, come to center, and banana bend to the left. Come to center, bring your arms down by your side. Take a little chair, stand tall. Okay, then we're going to lift the right knee, and then step that right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Okay, from here, Kali Mudra, fingers up to the sky. You're coming into a high lunge. Okay, and remember to breathe here. Okay, we'll add the breath work in as we go to the other side. Okay, and use your in-breath to pull your right knee up and through and come back to that mountain pose. Squeeze your thighs together as you shrug the shoulders up, then back and down. So inhale, hands up, Kali Mudra. Exhale, banana bend to the right. Inhale to the top. Exhale, banana bend to the left. Inhale to the top. Exhale to mountain pose. Inhale, take a little chair. Exhale to stand. Inhale to lift your left knee. Exhale to step back all the way to the back of the mat. And on the inhale, Kali Mudra fingers as you come into high lunge. Sink in as low as you can with your pelvis, making sure your front leg is bent with your right knee over your right ankle. And breathe. Okay, next in breath then, pull that left knee up and through, land it, and then as you inhale, shrug your shoulders up, exhale back and down. We take a vinyasa. So hands to the sky, forward fold, halfway lift, forward fold, back for the high plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra, then roll over, downward facing dog, hold. Okay, walk that dog out if you need to. Okay, find some stillness, look to the front, step for a forward fold, take a halfway lift, forward fold, hands come to the sky, and then down by your side, finishing with that shrug. And it's all about those thighs, squeezing those thighs, getting some engagement in the core. Okay, I'm going to shed a couple of layers here because I'm nice and warm. I'm going to use my internal heat to keep me fired up. Okay, moving on then, Kali Mudra, hands to the sky, banana bend to the right, inhale to the top, exhale as you bend to the left, inhale to the top, finish your hands down by your side, take a small chair, stand tall, inhale as you lift your right knee, exhale for a giant step back, inhale, high lunge, exhale, take warrior two, sinking in, keep breathing, focus over the front hands. Okay. Next inhale, then begin to use that inhale to draw that knee up and through, don't worry about the little tap outs. Exhale to standing mountain, finishing with that shoulder shrug, squeeze those thighs. Okay, other side, Kali Mudra, banana bend to the right, inhale to the top, exhale as you bend left, inhale to the top, mountain pose, inhale for a little chair, exhale as you stand tall, and then inhale, left knee high, exhale, step back, inhale up to high lunge, exhale as you rotate out and take your warrior two. Really think about sinking in and trying to engage those big leg muscles. Okay, next inhale then guys, we're going to use that inhale to pull that left knee up and through. Again, don't worry about the tapping out, it's all about the balance. Exhale to land, and this time straight into vinyasa. So hands for the sky, exhale to fold, take a halfway lift, exhale to fold, step back for your high plank, chaturanga. Take an upward dog or cobra, Roll over those toes, downward facing dog. And hold here. Same process. Keep breathing. Okay, and then find some stillness. Look to the front of the mat. Step for your forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold out. Inhale, your hands up to the sky. Exhale, mountain. Finish with that shrug. Inhaling up. Exhaling back and down. Kali Mudra, hands go to the sky. Exhale to banana bend right. Inhale to the top. Over to the left. Inhale to the top. Come into that mountain. Take a small chair. Stand tall. Then inhale, lift right knee. Exhale, giant step back. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, spin out, warrior two. Inhale, this time reach forward, flip your palm. We're going to reverse that warrior. Keep breathing. Sink into that front leg and try and open up the side body. Try not to rotate towards the front. Okay, come back to warrior two for a full breath. And then next inhale, we're going to use that inhale to draw that back knee up and through. Don't worry about the tap outs. It's quite tricky here. And exhale to land. And then inhale in for that shoulder shrug up. And then exhale back and down. Kali Mudra. Banana bend right. Inhale to the top. Banana bend to the left. Back to the top. Okay, take that mountain. You know where we're going. Small chair. Exhale to stand tall. And on the inhale then, left knee rises. On the exhale, giant step. Take that high lunge. Spin out for warrior two. This time, hand reaches forward. Flip the palm. Exhale to take reverse warrior. Okay, keep that back leg nice and long. Really engage the thighs. Okay, coming back to warrior two. Take a full breath in and out. And then next inhale, we're going to use that inhale to draw that knee up and through. Land for mountain. Remember, squeezing those shoulders and squeezing those thighs. Vinyasa time, hands to the sky. Take your forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Step back for high plank. Exhale as you take your chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. And roll over toes. Downward facing dog. Remember, it doesn't matter whether your heels are reaching the floor or not. It really doesn't. It's all about gaining length from hand to hips. Okay, bend your knees, look forward, step for forward fold. Inhale, take halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Hands come to the sky. Finishing that mountain, and remember, I love that little shrug up and down on your breath. Squeeze thighs. Kali Mudra, hands to the sky. You know where we're going. Banana bend right. Back to the top. Banana bend left. Remember to work with the breath. Up to the top. Mountain. Inhale for a little chair. Exhale to stand. Bring your right knee up. Okay, take a giant step back. Take hands to the sky in high lunge. Spin out. Warrior two. Reach forward, flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Okay, come back to warrior two straight away. Straighten out your front leg, reach forward, come into triangle. Front hand down, top hand to the sky. Open up to the side and breathe through. Come back, take warrior two. Going to take a full breath here. And that next in breath is the one that's important because that pulls that back knee up and through, landing from your mountain. Okay, and that little squeeze of shoulders and thighs. Okay, Kali Mudra hands, banana bend right, up to the top, banana bend left, up to the top, down for mountain pose. Take a little chair. Stand tall. Inhale to lift your left knee. Exhale to send it all the way back. Inhale, hands high. High lunge. Exhale, spin out warrior two. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reverse that warrior. Inhale yourself back. to warrior two. Exhale, straighten out the front leg. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, triangle. Front hand, right hand to the floor. Left hand pointing to the sky. Okay, keep breathing. Try not to hold breath here. Back to warrior two. Full breath. Next inhale. Pull that left knee all the way through up to the air. Land. Shoulder shrug. And squeeze. Okay, moving through vinyasa. Up to the sky. Take the forward fold. Take a halfway lift. Forward fold. Step back for your high plank. Exhale as you take your chaturanga. Inhale for an upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over, downward facing dog. Okay, one more element to add to the sequence, then that's the end of the standing sequence. So from here then find that stillness. Look to the front of the mat. Step, step. Take a halfway lift. Forward fold. Bring your hands to the sky. Finish in your mountain pose. Remember that little shrug and squeeze. Kali Mudra then. Fingers to the sky. Banana bend right. Back to the top. Banana bend left. Back to the top. Okay. Land those hands by your side. Take a little chair. Stand tall. Coming into the right leg. Right knee rises. Giant step back. Lift your hands into Kali Mudra as you take your high lunge. Spin out for your warrior two. Reach forward. Flip your palm. Reverse that warrior. Come straight back to warrior two. Straighten out that front leg. Triangle pose. Okay, from here then we're going to bend back into that front knee. Rest your elbow down. Okay, take a half bind in extended angle. So that right hand, that back hand is resting on your backside, trying to open up your chest to the side. Back to warrior two. Okay, and then remember, use that in breath to draw that back knee through and up, not worrying about the tapping out, landing, and then taking your mountain, having that good old squeeze, finding your strength. Okay, ready for the other side then. Kali Mudra first. Banana bend right. Up to the top. Banana bend left. Up to the top. Taking your mountain. Take that little chair. Stand tall. Left side. So left knee rises on the in. Exhale. We'll take a giant step back. Bring your hands up for high lunge. On the exhale, then spin out for warrior two. Inhale as you reach forward and flip your palm. Exhale, take that reverse of the warrior. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, straighten out front leg. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, triangle. On the inhale, then bending in that front leg, elbow on knee. Hand on backside, opening out to the side and a half bind on extended side angle. Breathe through for me. Okay. Coming back to warrior two. Try and keep those hips low so you're really engaging those thighs. And then bring that knee up and through. Okay, land for mountain. Last time, shoulder shrug up. And back and down as you squeeze. Vinyasa. Hands to the sky. Exhale to fold. Inhaling, taking a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. On the inhale, then stepping back for that high plank. Exhale for chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog or cobra. And roll over those toes. Down dog. Okay, and hold and walk it if you need to, or just take some stillness. And try and breathe through here. And then we're going to come down onto our knees, sitting on our heels. Back nice and tall, hands relaxed on our thighs. I'm going to breathe through, try and regain our breath. Okay, so it's quite an exhausting sequence. So use some stillness here. Breathe in deeply. Sigh as you exhale. Take control of your breath. Once you've got control of your breath, you'll control your heart rate and you'll start to control your mind. Breathe in deeply. Sigh that air out nice and slow. Just enjoy the moment. You can take a variation of child's here, so folding forwards into child's pose, but I like to grab my heels here to pull my shoulders back, open up that lower spine. Okay, if you keep your knees a little wide, it will aid your chest to actually expand and contract to aid the breath. Okay, come back to that seated position, and then moving into that tabletop again. We're going to have a little loosen up of those thighs again, that lower back, see how much nicer it feels than it did at the start of the session when we did this. Just enjoying that free movement. Okay, and take that weight over the wrists. See how those wrists feel. See if they feel any different than they did at the start of the session. And then from here, we all need to meet in standing. I'm going to come through down dog for no other reason than just because. Okay, taking a nice little slow rise up to the top, so I don't get all faint and fall on the floor, especially next to that leg. Once you're there, have a little shake out, adjust yourself, adjust your mat, and take the opportunity to have a drink if you need one. And from here then, I'm going to take a little balancing sequence. I love checking my balance because I'm pretty rubbish at it, to be honest. So first of all then, taking all the way into your right leg, grab your left knee, squeeze in, and then we're going to let go with our right hand, take our right arm long and open up our left knee to the side. Try and grow nice and tall and see those right angles. Try and get those right angles. Come back to center, switch hands. This time, keep your knee pointing forward and rotate your shoulders towards the back of the mat. Back to center, give that knee a little squeeze in and drop that foot back down to the floor and have a little shake out and get ready to go to the other side. Okay, so balancing on your left foot then, bringing your right knee up, giving it a squeeze. Try and grow tall here to help you balance out, and then we're going to take our left arm long out to the side, open up the right knee, get those right ankles again. Keep that height, come back to center, switch hands. I'm taking my time, I'm wobbling all over the place. Okay, rotate your shoulders out, knee to the front, hand to the back. Come back to center, have a little squeeze. And land that back foot. From here then, take your feet nice and wide. We're going to take a little yogi squat, malasana. Hips low, knees wide. Use your elbows inside your knees to open up your groin. Try and keep that gaze forward so you're not falling over towards the front. Okay, from here then, take the hands to the mat. Okay, and if you like, you can have a little crow out here or just open up your thighs. Just testing out our balance again, and just laugh at yourself if it's not working for you today. It's really not that important. Okay, and my favourite, if you can't don't worry, just have a little rest out. But I'm going to take a peacock here. So with peacock then, I'm going to take my hands out in front of me, put them to the floor, point my fingers kind of 45 degrees backwards so my elbows squeeze in, and then resting on tummy. Roll forward and try and gain some balance, both head and legs off the floor, and have a little wiggle around and kind of fall out of it. Just enjoy it, and don't take life too seriously when you're trying out something like this. Okay, so we're going to finish off then with some nice long stretch outs, and the first is going to be a pigeon. So I like to come in pigeon from downward facing dog. Take your down dog. Lift your right leg high, then roll forward, bring your right knee to your right wrist, and then fold yourself down into pigeon, either on your elbows or forehead all the way down, or as I am here, my forehead is on my hands, as a pillow. Okay, just remember to square out everything, so squaring out the hips across the mat, and try not to roll over onto your right hand side. Okay, and then we're breathing through, we're going to hold for about 10 breaths. Just enjoy the moment, try and tune out, shut your eyes and listen to the birds, Just let your mind wander, but just keep on, some focus on that breath. So you're sinking in towards the mat. Okay, crowbar yourself out there. No easy way normally. I'm going to reset myself here for a moment. Just sitting on my knee, on my heels. Okay, and then I'm going to get ready to go the other side. So taking that down dog first. And then I'm going to lift the left leg all the way back. Roll forward. Left knee to left wrist. Bring the foot across the body and sink down for that pigeon. Okay, from here, if you try and shuffle your hips back towards the bottom of the mat, it just helps with that squaring off process. If you find yourself here on your left side rolling over to your left, you're really not doing yourself any justice. So try and square off those hips and really sink in. Use that breath, and you'll find your groin opening up, and your left backside, your left buttock will be feeling that ease of tension. And crowbar yourself back out of that, and then reset however you want. Child, sitting on your heels like I am, sitting cross-legged, however you're comfortable. Okay, I'm starting to cool down a bit here, so I'm just going to pop my top back on to keep myself nice and warm. I think it's important when you're holding these long stretches that your body stays warm, because you're no longer generating that same internal heat, that same internal fire that you were before. Okay, so last set then before we finish, we're going to come onto our back. So lying on your back with the feet flat on the floor, knees up in the air again like we did at the start, and windscreen wiping those knees right to left one more time. Okay, and remembering to stay in tune with your breath. Okay, you should be nice and loose now, so that it should be a good range of motion for you. It should feel really nice just massaging that lower back into the floor. And then finding some stillness, we're going to finish with some supine twists. So first of all, grabbing hold of your right knee, left leg long, squeeze that right knee in towards your chest. And then we're going to let go with the right arm and pull the right knee with the left hand all the way over the body till the hips stack on top of each other. Shoulders hopefully staying on the floor, and you take that gaze out to your right hand as you twist your body out. Okay, try not to overdo it. It's the end of the session. It should be pleasurable. Okay, back to center. Give that knee a squeeze. Okay, I'm going to switch sides. So left knee coming in. Give it a squeeze. You can come towards your armpit. Maybe that'll give you a bit more opening, a bit more room. Okay, so then left arm goes long and half crucifix. Pull with your right hand so your left knee comes across. Stack your hips on top of one another. Okay, rotating out your chest. Okay, so there's a little counterbalance here between your shoulder rising up and your knee going towards the floor. And don't obsess about that knee touching the floor. Okay, back to center. Have a little squeeze. And then we're going to finish off the session in Shavasana. So get yourself comfortable. Make sure that there's no pinch points. Have a little adjust of your head, your shoulders. Have your hips and down to your feet. Relax your hands out to the side and close down those eyes. So wherever you are, just enjoy the moment. It's lovely for me hearing the birds singing, a bit of stillness. But just hoping that nobody runs up and nicks my phone and my camera, because that would be pretty annoying. Okay, enjoy your moment. And from here, try and keep your eyes closed down, but we're going to roll over onto our right hand side into a spoon's position, into a fetal position, using your hands as pillows, just enjoying a couple of moments here again on your own. Hopefully feeling nice and chilled now. Okay. And then when you're ready, and only when you're ready, we're going to come back up to a seated position. Okay, nice cross-legged, easy seat. Hands relaxed out to the side. Taking a final couple of breaths together. So we're going to inhale together. Exhale together. Inhale together. And exhale. And thank you.